Hey, what is up? Welcome to another live stream. Doing coffee with AJ. Haven't done one of these in a while. I feel like that's my intro. I say that every time I live stream. I haven't done one of these in a while. But just hanging out. And if anyone jumps on the stream and has any questions or just wants to chat, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I was gonna do. I had a question here. I was gonna do like a Q&A kind of thing on these, maybe if I while I'm waiting for people to join in. Oh yeah. Well, as I wait for people to get on here. Answer this question. How do you get such a thick tone? We'll go into this because this is deep. No, that's not too deep, really. How do I get such a thick, like, metal guitar tone? I've made a lot of different tones. Like, I've experimented a lot with different plugins and stuff like that because I use plugins. That might be the first thing to note. I guess I use plugins. I don't have any, like, of my own amps or pedals. Don't got nothing. So if I ever want to do live, I need to get some of that stuff. I thought about doing some local live stuff, but I've used a couple of different ones on different albums and different songs. Just a lot of experimenting to find like the sound I like, and a lot of research. Like I am always attending YouTube University and learning lots of stuff from that, and just looking up things like how to get, like, I literally look up like the question you asked, like how to get a thick tone, like look up like how to get a good metal guitar tone. And like, I guess from watching so much, like one of my secrets is, like, with anything, if I'm making, like, say, like for writing songs, I consume a lot of music and I get a lot of ideas for my own songs that way. Writing books, I've listened to a lot of books before I've written my own. Same thing with like guitar tone. Like I've experimented a lot. I listen to different bands, their guitar tones. Some bands have videos and stuff like that on how they make their tones. Kind of answering a question like this. So a lot of research and a lot of like consuming in order to get my own ideas. And that's kind of like one of my big secrets for how I put out a lot of music or content or everything. Like, I'm consuming a lot of that stuff, and I have like a constant flow of ideas. But I think when I started getting really good sound was when I stopped trying to use my guitar pedal, because I had like an old, not old, but an older one for a couple of my albums, and it had like a USB port, so I would just have it go right into my computer and I'd record my guitars that way. So I mean, it sounded okay, but not as good. And it was probably because I didn't know how to do it. Just learning. But it's kind of a common thing. I have a Focusrite audio interface. It just has my raw DI guitars going into the computer, and then I use digital software for that. But the main ones I've used, Helix Native. That one's pretty good. They have like actual physical pedals you can get too, which is what I would probably do if I got like a live setup again. I'd probably get one of those. Some guys have like their professional board where they put together everything like individual pedals. I don't know if I'm that kind of guy. Some people do, and maybe I would if I had the money to like really experiment and figure out what I liked. I guess a lot of digital, like Helix Native, they have like digital versions of pedals you can get physical versions of, and I might do that because I know how I like those sounds. But Helix Native, like, there's a lot of options for different things. You could do different amps, different cabs, different impulse responses. If you don't know what those are, that's like a big thing for me to get a sick tone, is using impulse responses, IRs. I've experimented with some free ones I found. I think they were called Catharsis or something like that, because I found that through watching a video on how to get a metal guitar tone. But there's also some really good ones by Joey Sturgis Tones. Bogren Digital has some sick ones. Those are ones I've been using lately. And there were some other ones. I'm forgetting the name of the company. But any store that's usually going to have like audio plugins and stuff like that, at least the ones that are kind of known for like metal stuff, they're probably going to have some impulse responses you can get for pretty cheap. And those are fun to just mix and match, get different tones. I was thinking of bringing up my screen and showing you. Maybe I'll do a more in-depth video another time, since this is kind of more of just like a live stream chat. Anyone who's joining, feel free to chat with me. I'm just talking about my guitar tone. Someone asked me that question a while back, so I figured I'd answer it. But I'm just hanging out and chatting. But I'm trying to think where it was. Okay, so I use Helix Native. That's a pretty good one. The updated version, they have like a lot of like plugins. Like there's one. Crap, I can't remember his name now. But the Precision Drive, I think that's by the guys from Periphery, the company they started selling some digital stuff. Misha Mansour, yeah. I think that's his plugin that he made, the Precision Drive. It's pretty cool for getting more of like a modern metal, extended 8-string tone. So, but lots of different things you can mix and match there, different sounds you can get. A lot of experimenting to get a good metal sound. I mean, you kind of, if you watch some videos like how to get a good metal guitar sound, and you kind of extrapolate the basic principles of it, getting a good sound, certain like frequencies you need to cut or boost, that are kind of annoying when you're doing metal guitar, that can be really noisy and annoying, I guess. But it can be really technical or really simple. If you're doing something like producing a song, you got to keep in mind that there's not just going to be guitars in the song, and a big part of getting chunky, thick guitars is the bass, bass tone. So it's not just you can think of the instruments in isolation, but you also got to think of it in context with the rest of the song, because that's how you get a good sound and a good mix. From my experience, and bass is a huge part of getting a thick guitar tone. The other thing that I never knew, that took me the longest time to figure out, is a very simple thing where you track two guitars, you pan one left and you pan one right. That gives it such a massively fuller sound. It's such a basic thing I feel like most people should know, but I'll mention it just in case you don't know it. So again, you record two tracks, the same guitar, pan one left, pan one right. You get a massive sound that way. But it also, you're producing your own song, bass is a big player. Bass doesn't have to be super complex. There are some plugins that I use from Joey Sturgis Tones. They're more like mixing plugins. I have their Bass Forge that sounds sick, but they have some mixing plugins where it basically just takes the high and low frequencies and boosts them for you, or you can boost them or cut them basically, and that really helps. Like, you just listen to the song in context and you kind of adjust those. That really helps just give the guitar a backbone. But I'll give some other recommendations for plugins I use to get a sick sounding tone. But again, like, think of the guitars in context if you're writing, like in context of the whole song. So they're not always going to sound like best as you're like recording them, but like think of them like when you add the bass and stuff like that and you go and mix it and stuff, it's going to sound way better. You could also record just the DIs of the guitar and experiment with different tones that way in context of the song. I don't do that because I got a sick sounding tone, I'll just use that, that would just kind of slow down my writing process and stuff, but it's also fun to experiment with different things like that too. So, like I said, Joey Sturgis Tones has a lot of sick plugins. You can get like bundles, usually around Christmas time or Black Friday. They have huge sales, and you can get, with one of their bundles, you can get everything you need to start producing music on your own, mixing and mastering, and getting sick sound too. As long as you got like the capabilities of recording your own instruments and stuff like that, you could start producing, getting sick sound. But it also just takes a lot of experience and a lot of going through the songwriting process. That's why I write a lot of songs. I'm trying to develop my skills in writing and in producing my own music. That's always been one of my kind of core things. It's like I get better the more I do something. A lot of people say quality over quantity, but for me, quantity cultivates quality. So that's why I put out a lot. But the Tone Forge plugins from Joey Sturgis Tones are all sick. You can get great tones with those. Most of them, I'm pretty sure, come with presets, and you just adjust the presets to whatever sound you like. And I guess my biggest thing is just from doing it so long and listening to different bands and different songs and different guitarists. I've kind of just learned what I like and what I don't like and how to get that. Some of it I don't know how to explain, but the main basic things, or like you'd want in a, like, say you're gonna build a board or something, or you can use like Helix Native where you basically have all the things. You could have distortion, amp, cab, impulses or effects, whatever. The main basic things you'd want is kind of what I always do, especially for like an 8 string. You start off with like a sound gate, kind of cut a lot of sound and extra noise. I'm trying to think. Then just like a distortion, and it doesn't have to be cranked up all the way. If you're doing death metal, it does. No, I'm just kidding. Then usually after that I do an amp, and then you can either do a cab or impulse response, and I usually use the impulse response as the IRs, and I usually do 2 of them. Kind of just, I don't know, it sounds better. I mean, 1 sounds good, but if you do 2, it just sounds sick. So then I do those. Then after that, then I do an EQ, cutting some of the frequencies I don't like. One of the things I do is, like, for the 8 string, usually around like 80 hertz or so, I usually cut that, but then I boost the lower frequencies still around like in between, like, it kind of just depends, but between like 150 and 250 maybe, anywhere around there. I kind of learned that trick from Joey Sturgis Tones. They have a YouTube channel. They have lots of tips. You can go check that out as well. Just go check out Joey Sturgis Tones. They have all sorts of resources, tips, ideas, products. They even have like a membership thing with courses and stuff. But I'm trying to think. Now where was I? did a high cut on it, usually around 1600 hertz. This is what I usually do, but yeah, I just do this because I like how it sounds. If you're someone who's like really professional about this, and you be like, no, you shouldn't do that or this and that, like whatever. Okay, I like the way it sounds, so I'm just giving my advice. But have the EQ. So there's the gate, distortion, amp, IRs or a cab, then EQ, and then that's it. You know, those are the basics. That's basically all you need. And for like, depending on the IRs you use, like Bogren Digital, they're preset with EQ. You know, so and they're preset for like, they have different bundles for the impulse responses, but like the one I bought is specifically for like extended range guitars. So they're like they're already EQ'd. You know, so there's not much you have to do when you use those. You can get a sick sound, you know, with those couple of simple things. So just experiment and you know, learn to be resourceful and get a sick tone with what you have. There are a lot of free plugins you can get, and you can get a sick tone. That's what I had to start with. You know, I had my like physical plugin, but I also experimented with some digital stuff, and to enhance like the tone I was like getting out of this, because I didn't really like it when it was coming through my computer. But there are a lot of free resources you can get. You can literally look up how to get a sick metal guitar tone for free, and I guarantee some YouTube videos will pop up with great tips and ideas. So utilize the internet, utilize YouTube University. All these like course makers and stuff like that say, oh, you can't do that, you need to take a course or something. No, you don't. I've never taken a course. I've never taken a course on engineering, music, audio stuff. I never took a course on guitar for the longest time, up until I think after I released the Evil Wolf Chronicles. I joined, he's a popular YouTuber, his name's Burnt. He's got a course called Guitar Shredders or something like that, Guitar Shred Mastery. Sick course, and it helped me a ton. But you just need to learn, you know, utilize what you have. I mean, if you have the ability to go and join something like that, then do it by all means, because with that you learn like basic principles to get better, you know, from someone who's done it. But you can also learn a lot of stuff on YouTube for free, is all I'm trying to say. So utilize the internet. You can get a lot of sick ideas from it. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. Bogren Digital has some plugins. They just came out with like a guitar plugin that you know, complete with like all the things I mentioned basically. Like they got a gate, distortion, amp, the option to use different cabs or IRs. You know, usually you have to buy your own IRs that you put in there. They don't have any preset ones. But they have some you can buy from their shop. And they have some effects, some EQ stuff. So you can get all you need from one of those for like, I don't remember how much I bought it for. I bought it on sale for like $80, I think. But you can get a sick tone with that. Lots of resources on the internet available for getting a sick, thick guitar tone. But like I said, it's also sometimes how you mix and master it. How you mix it. You know, mastering is basically just enhancing what you've mixed. So, yeah. But that is my best answer for the question, how to get a thick guitar tone, or how I get a thick guitar tone. Kind of shared how I do it and some ideas how you could, you know, different ways. Took 20 minutes. But anyone watching live now, if you have any questions, I'm just hanging out, drinking some coffee, talking about metal. Excuse me. Shook the camera when I did that. What's up? Anybody joining live? Want to chat? Have any questions? Just hanging out? I have a sick metal shred song coming out this Friday. Well, that's my attempt at doing like a metal shred song. Kind of like in the style of like the guitarist like Andy James. I use some of his songs for like to kind of inspire or like prompt an idea for my own song. I'm planning on doing a whole album at some point, but as you all know, I'm trying to release the Hellstormer album right now. That's probably what I'm going to work on, is another song for that album. This album's going to be huge. I don't know when I'm going to release it, but I have close to like 50 or 60 song ideas written down. Not all of them have lyrics, but a lot of them do. And I've got probably about, I don't know, let's pull it up here and see. And look at how many files. Finish some of the songs then. I know, okay, bro? I have a lot of ideas. I can't focus. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. Almost 20 ideas that are for sure going to be songs. Some of these already I've made like instrumental demos for. Probably like, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like another 10 or 12. So like I have like 30 songs that might be on this album or might not. Maybe it'd be like a part 1 or a part 2. We'll see. And I'm working on the book, the Hellstormer book, and I need to remember to work on that every day so I can finish it, because I've only been working on it like once every now and then, because I know I'm still a ways away from releasing the album, although I'm probably going to release a lot of singles up until that point. That's also why I'm releasing other songs, like cover songs, instrumentals, different things in between, because I have a goal of writing a song every week. If most YouTubers, most podcasters can release a podcast or a video a week, I can do a song a week. So that's my goal for the next year. And might take a break, might not, I don't know. But I think I missed 1 week or 2 weeks at some points. You know, that's my goal. So if your goal's up here and you still miss, you're like way lower. But if your goal's way up here and you aim for that and you still miss, you're still way higher than if your goal's right here. That's my philosophy. I think. What else to talk about? Anybody who's joining on, feel free to leave a comment. No one wants to talk to me. I'm just kidding. I didn't want to talk to me either. It's fun to just talk to myself. I'm probably gonna go and record a live stream working on a song. That's another thing, if you're not over on my YouTube, which some of you might be watching from YouTube, I'm releasing all sorts of instrumental demos and stuff every week. Plus the audio videos for the songs that are actually coming out. But I'm trying to add to my discography every week with demos and stuff like that, because for one, I'm very appreciative of those who join the fan club on Patreon. So I want to give them content every week to listen to that most people aren't hearing. And I have an exclusive release for them that is not available on public platforms. It's basically just for them on Patreon, and I've made it available to you if you want to buy it straight from my shop. It's a 3-track EP, but it's $5, so you have to pay a little bit of that exclusive price, because I don't want my Patreons feeling like I'm giving away their benefits for free. But You would get those benefits if you join the Patreon, so check it out. You help me make sick riffage every week. And anybody who's on the live, feel free to ask questions and chat with me. I'm just hanging out. Just talking. Now I don't know what to talk about because I've been talking for so long. Not to sound salesy, but I've been adding a lot of sick new designs to the Fire from Heaven shop. And I order some so I can kind of showcase them while I'm doing these videos. Be like, hey, grab this shirt. It's on Fire from Heaven shop. But I just have a plain gray shirt from True Classic. You see his logo in the top corner. I got a shirt with and a hoodie with that design on it. It's called the Fire Rune. Summon the power of fire from heaven. Probably sounds really mystical to my Christian metal audience. Well, I'm gonna end this live, and it was fun chatting with everybody. I'm just kidding. No one joined in the chat. What crap? I'm not complaining. I need to do these lives more, and people would probably know that I'm actually doing them and then join in. So, I'm going to be trying to do these every day. Coffee with AJ. Get Invader Coffee. It's the best coffee you will ever drink. Use my link tree wherever that is. I don't even know where it is. You can find my affiliate link to Invader Coffee. So if you buy coffee through that link, then you're helping support me as well. So check it out. Invader Coffee is the best coffee you'll ever drink. Guarantee it. I don't know if they have any guarantees, but I'll guarantee it, or else you can come back and yell at me that it wasn't as good as I said it was. Alright, ending the stream. Watch soon because I'm going to probably be doing a live stream making some metal. I'll see you later.